even there. I'll kill, I swear.
What'd you just say?
I said there was a doe. I went outside and...
A deer?
Yeah, a female deer.
Where'd you go outside? You were at work?
Well, I'm not going to incriminate myself by telling you where I was.
So, a deer, a female deer.
Yep. Ray, a drop of golden sun.
And she had her two sons with her?
Two fawns. Yeah.
Don't you wonder why they call them fawns?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that should be a Time Suck episode.
Yeah, why
are
they call them fawns
called fawns? I feel like we should do our own podcast of weird things like words. Weird words. Like Time Suck's different. Time Suck goes into intelligent things.
Yeah.
We could just go into weird word things.
Weird.
Like why?
Interesting.
Why do they call a foal a foal?
Right. Right.
Where did
a mare?
What does Caligula mean?
Right.
It means little boot. Good evening, Boot.
Oh, good evening, Your Highness.
You know, it might depend on when people are listening.
Usually does.
It could be morning. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
It's actually not morning here. It is mid-afternoon on a blasé June day. Michigan doesn't seem to know it's summer quite yet.
Right.
It hasn't
it's
figured
still nice
it out.
Outside. I got the grass mowed yesterday and I didn't overheat or anything.
If you listen closely, you could hear our neighbors mowing their grass. That's kind of cool. Thank you for listening to Michigan Murders and Music, where we're talking about Michigan murders. And we leave you with a happy ending and on a good note with a local Michigan band.
You have any new hollers, baby?
I have a couple hollers. We have 4 5-star ratings on the iTunes. And I don't know if y'all know, but in podcast land, I think in a lot of the land, iTunes is the place to be. And I'm not dogging them. I'm not an person.
I don't really understand the iTunes thing, but it matters.
It does matter. So we do have actually 4 5-star ratings. We have 2 people that left comments. SJH1234 and Tim Mortal. They both gave us 5 stars with comments.
Thank
you guys rock. Give us more iTunes comments. Just log in and comment, and that'd be cool. So thank you, and I have to say, the 5-star rating thing completely makes me think of Black Mirrors.
What are you talking about?
Remember the episode? I said remember. Remember the
That's
episode?
A Michigan thing.
It is. Is it? It is.
Yeah, it is.
The episode where people were walking around and every interaction they had with other people, they had to rate them like instantly on their phones. And it would be like, ding, he got a 3-star rating.
And
ding. And then your life, your literal life depended on that rating. Your status in
that was crazy.
Society. That show fucks me up.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch it.
I do too.
Like...
I had totally forgotten about that until you just brought it up.
Yeah.
Why did you bring that up?
Because it's fucked up that we have to depend on 5 stars from iTunes and only iTunes. We're on CastBox.
We're going to do it anyway.
Breaker,
so,
we're on whatever. Just do it. Thanks. Watch Black Mirrors. It's a fantastic show.
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted to give a shout out to my nephew Scooter. He was buying our scooters from us, and he told us, I can't believe I didn't know about this podcast, because I'm a podcast lover for years. Time Suck. Holy shit.
Yeah, he mentioned it to us, and
I had to work
Her Highness
2
brought it up.
12-hour days in a row, and I listened to Time Suck all 12 hours each day, and both days came home and re-listened to episodes with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good stuff.
Check out
I
Time
enjoy
Suck.
It.
It's fantastic.
Really good stuff.
Do we have any content warnings this evening?
We have a, yes. a bit of a disclaimer.
I know I swear sometimes. I apologize. No, I don't apologize.
Well,
I swear sometimes, and we're talking about murder.
And I don't apologize for Her Highness because it's
what I do is what I do.
Right. But
you can't control me.
You get home from work one day
Me?
and it's pouring rain. No, anyone.
Okay.
If anyone just happens to pull in their driveway and it's pouring rain and you happen to walk in the backyard and find a young man wearing no shirt desperately washing a tarp in your own backyard.
Did you just describe yourself as a young man?
No.
Okay.
But as soon as that dude sees you, he runs and climbs over the privacy fence and disappears. That is a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a free tarp out of the deal, but, I don't know what the heck happened.
If that happens,
it's an issue.
It means
I don't know
that
what to
you've
do.
let that young man listen to us in some way, shape, or form, and he's in your yard.
Be aware of
just
that.
Okay, yeah. More of a...
Your Highness.
What?
What are we going to do tonight? What are we going to talk about this morning?
Today, this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, we are talking about a couple of people. Amy Black
Another
is...
Amy.
It's better than being a fucking another Mary. We're talking
Mary.
about Amy and Jeff.
Yes.
Okay. Amy Black actually has a really cool name. Her middle name, I'm not going to say it.
Don't even mention it.
I'm
no.
not, because it gives her too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Black is already kind of a cool name, but I'm not going to give her any more props than that.
Mm-hmm.
The year is 1990. Boo, I graduated in the year 1990. Don't do the math, people, please. I'm only 25.
Good Lord, woman.
This is another Michigan murder I haven't heard of, which obviously there's 862 Michigan murders that I'm sure I haven't heard of.
Mm-hmm.
What was happening in 1990 in the world?
Oh, all kinds of interesting stuff.
Operation Desert Shield started that year.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me because...
Berlin Wall, remember that?
Oh, yeah, the Berlin Wall was coming down. Where were you in 1990, Boo?
I was stationed in Germany. I was in the Army.
I'm jealous.
At the time.
Not that you were in the Army, but that you were in Germany.
Southern Germany, yeah.
What was it like? How far is the Berlin Wall from Germany? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit ignorant.
It's pretty close,
because
actually, from where I was. But, maybe like from here to, I don't know, Iowa?
That's not that far.
No,
that's
not
what's
very far.
weird about Europe to me. Like, you were like, oh, you can go to here, here, and here within no time. But in the States, Jesus, it takes that long to get through Michigan.
Yeah.
So that's what's, if you haven't been
countries
there.
Are pretty small.
Yeah,
They're very
if you haven't been there, it doesn't, like, the size seems huge to me. It's Europe, it's huge. But
the entire Europe is huge.
But you were like, yeah, but I could visit here, and here within no time.
Where I was, you could drive to Venice in, like, I don't know, 5 hours.
And while you were stationed over there, what was your charge? What was your duty?
My duty?
Yeah. Do they call it charge? I don't know where that came from.
I was military police. Yeah. In the Army. Yep. Which was weird. It was a good time.
What kind of
I enjoyed
things did you have to deal with? Like what?
Where I was
Tell
stationed.
me what you had to did you have to bust your co-people?
Not that at all. But I was stationed in an area called the Armed Forces Recreation Area in the Alps. Garmisch-Partenkirchen. ARFC. Armed Forces Recreation Center. AFRC. I had a pretty cushy duty station. We still had real jobs, and we had to...
What was your real job?
Mostly while we were on patrol, we had to go to hotels and round up mostly infantrymen. I'm sorry, all you infantrymen.
Oh my God! Were they doing it?
They would come down on buses and get themselves overly imbibed and wet themselves or get into fights. And I brought those guys to the hospital. Just to get stitched up.
Oh my
You know, if you fill
God.
out a report, and then they had to deal
All right,
with their
wait a minute.
senior
So
officers. Yeah.
so they didn't show back up?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so you were on duty.
Yeah.
Were they on like a leave?
Yeah, they were on leave.
And then they didn't come back from their leave, and you'd have to go find them?
Not that at all. No, they'd just
they
go
were
to...
on leave.
They would go to bars that we had down there, or any civilian bar, and get themselves in trouble.
And then you had to go collect them.
Yes.
And take them to help
either
them
to the hospital or...
No wonder you can deal with my drunkenness so well. This
Dude,
is making so much more sense. I can get kicked out of a bar and you can just be like, oh, here, I'm just going to scoop her up, we're out.
Yep.
That's the MP in you.
You know, and...
You were trained to take care of a Mary.
To find a Mary.
All of them were Mary.
With their pants all wet. Sleeping in a hotel corridor.
Okay, I've only wet my pants once or twice.
Yeah.
And never in a hotel corridor. It was always
you're off the hook.
In my privacy.
Here in our house.
Thanks. Wow, that's just funny. Okay, we really need to get back to 1990.
Yeah. So, the year is 1990. That's when you graduated. Yeah, you did the math. Okay.
Yep.
Amy was 16 when she had moved from Kalamazoo to Michigan.
Nope, to Muskegon Heights. And Muskegon Heights doesn't have the best reputation, and I'm sorry, Muskegon Heights, but that's just the way it is.
True.
She lived with her boyfriend, Jeff Abrahamson. I like to say it like it's Abrahamson.
Yep.
Abrahamson.
That's a really cool last name. Yeah. So he was 19.
Yeah.
So she was 16, he was 19. So on December 7th, which day is that?
That was
That's
D-Day.
a significant date. Yeah.
It was D-Day.
So in 1990, December 7th, Dave
he's the victim, so we're not saying his last name.
Uh-huh.
He's a 34-year-old man. He was found on a remote rural two-track, you know, the kind that we
cruise around on all the time.
We take all the time, and I will show you videos of us driving down these tracks. His head had been bludgeoned and his body was stabbed multiple times. Amy's first admission to police in a half-hour tape, she stated that she had seen a drunken man at the restaurant, her and her boyfriend Jeff, and he had some money on him. They took note, and so they plotted to lure him to their apartment where they would rob him. They get him to the apartment, and when he wouldn't pass out from drinking, he must have been a hell of a drinker.
Well, he was probably looking for a little piece of action from Amy.
Maybe both of them.
Oh.
We won't know. Maybe he didn't know that Amy and Jeff were boyfriend-girlfriend. We don't know how they were playing this game.
Yep.
Okay. The victim wouldn't pass out from drinking. So Amy's boyfriend, Jeff, bashes his head with the square bottom bottle of, I'm going to
Sounds like
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Him and his buddy Jack were hanging, and that's not fair to dog Jack about that. But they took the cash from his pocket in his jacket. And then Amy...
You said jacket.
You're such a dickhole.
I know.
Amy then helped Jeff get the victim down to the victim's truck. Okay, so at this point, Amy and Jeff lured this guy back, got him drunk. He wouldn't pass out, so they whacked his head and dragged him back to his own truck.
Yep. And of course, you know, being in Michigan, everyone has a truck.
I mean, if it's not a F-150, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Is that or a van?
So they're in his truck, and she is holding the victim's head down so as not to be seen, which I'm assuming he was passed out, so...
I don't know.
Probably wasn't a hard job for her.
I think she's lying anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's her story.
Where did they go, Boo?
Oh, they went to Brooks and Elliott Road, to be exact.
Not Elliott. Brooks and Ellis Road.
Ellis, to be exact.
This is where Jeff stabbed him multiple times, all while Amy was helping and or standing by.
Mm-hmm. Well, she said that it was motivated by money.
Okay, I'm just saying that she's had a few times to get away from the situation at this point already.
Lied
We're
over and over again.
We're early in the situation still. She could have ran.
Oh, yeah.
You could have rolled your ass out of a truck going 60. I've heard of women on I Survivor doing that.
You know, I would...
Or I Survived
if
podcast.
I were with someone who was killing people, I'd be like, oh, hell.
I kind of think I would roll the fuck out the truck before...
I've jumped out of a moving vehicle for lesser reasons.
Amy did all this while standing by. She said she was motivated by the money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how much could he possibly have had in his wallet to motivate you that fucking much? I am sorry. I, too, am a spoiled bitch, and I'm motivated as fuck by money. But he'd have to have a bankroll.
A whole lot of money.
Not even. I couldn't... okay, go on.
A whole lot.
I can't... Just go on.
But then, okay, so here we go.
She added to her quote...
Yeah. I always wanted to know if you could just kill someone and then the cops wouldn't know about it.
This is an exact quote, so I feel like we should
we're not
say
really
it.
Quoting as a quote.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Oh, you want to quote it as an actual quote?
Yeah, she added,
Say it.
and this is a quote. I always want to know if you could just kill somebody and the cops not know if it was you. I did. I always wondered that. I never thought I'd do it. Do nothing like that, though. And especially, I didn't kill him, but I helped my fair share.
Oh, my God. You put that voice on top of that. That's fantastic.
That was her goddamn quote.
She's a... Okay.
I didn't... I wanted to go to the Valley Mall. I'm like such a Valley girl.
To buy some new clothes.
I've been listening to Valley Girl. She's a Valley girl.
So this is a huge signal.
Red flag.
Red
for
flag.
Sure, for sure. She's a fucking red flag. Okay,
She
fine.
said this to the cops. Yeah, she said that to the cops. Okay.
Uh-huh.
After they dumped the body, Amy helped clean up their blood that
Splattered
was splattered in their apartment. Yeah. They discarded a gory sofa somewhere. Michigan's pretty vast. You could get rid of it somewhere.
I kind of feel like I hope we run across the gory sofa. I don't know if they ever found it. They must have. How?
Oh, yeah. Well, unless they just admitted to it. Yeah.
And other items. And they also fled to Amy's uncle's home in Berry County. Way to bring your uncle into your psycho shit, Amy.
Yeah, thanks.
Amy's uncle's like, God damn it. I knew that bitch was going to haul me into some shit one day.
Because he was nice to her and she thought she could take advantage of it.
He has a cabin somewhere in the middle of the fucking woods.
3 days later, as they slept, the police caught up to them. Oh, they were just
how
sleeping,
do you
relaxing.
sleep after? It never ceases to amaze. It just happens every time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just drop after the adrenaline rush? It's like after doing an 8-ball and then you're just like,
I don't know.
Amy has always claimed that she didn't think Jeff would kill the man. She just thought he was going to rob him.
Okay.
And, robbing is okay, but...
Right.
Okay, all right, you're right. There is a big difference, I mean...
Yeah, ultimately not really.
Ultimately, I feel like...
So they got $1,500 off this dude. That's it.
She went and bought new clothes, boo.
Oh.
She
needed some shiny shoes that she needed to shine up every 15 minutes?
She needed to go to Forever 21 and buy some shit.
Oh, okay. Maybe a bubblegum pink
Every woman needs
dress gown.
A shopping spree once in a while. And if you don't have the money...
No, dude, I understand. It's worth killing someone for. Just to get their money.
You gotta do what you gotta do, boo.
If you don't have a job and you're just...
She flipped her story at trial, though.
Oh.
She claimed that Jeff made her hit the man with the bottle. Like, he He made her do it.
Like, okay.
When she was at trial, she just claimed, I was young and I was easily manipulated.
That's what her attorney said to say. She's
Jeff,
probably cute.
I was afraid of Jeff, and I had to do what he told me to do, like smash a person's skull in.
Yeah.
She describes herself as a passive, unwilling participant, with her main fault being that she failed to break away and let someone know what was happening. I'm sorry.
I'm not buying it.
No. I have quite a fiery side, as many people know, but I've yet to pick up a Jack Daniels bottle and club somebody in the head with it.
Not even close.
I've wanted to, but I haven't.
Well,
And that's where the difference lies.
Yeah.
Want to and doing it.
Yeah. Nope.
Yep. So
it's murder.
Yeah. She attributes it to her youth and her dependence on Jeff and her failure to understand that she had options. I kind of feel like you start understanding that you have options
when you're really young.
the age of 5.
Yeah. You either do this or you get spanked.
No, you don't get to blame murder on being young and manipulative.
Nope.
You were old enough.
Yep.
I did so many stupid things as a kid.
We all did.
Did things I don't want to admit to. None of them included murdering a motherfucker. But Amy is under Jeff's control, and
according to Amy,
he repeatedly told her that if they were caught, she had to confess because she was younger and her charges wouldn't be as bad.
Well, good for you, Amy.
Amy had said later, again, quote, when you're young, you believe... Wait, what's the voice I did?
Do it again.
Wait. Amy said later again, quote, when you're young, you believe things. Stars and stripes and balloons and birds and puppy dogs. Now, I think I can't believe I was that stupid to believe those things. Wait, I'm going to repeat this quote in a normal voice because really?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Amy says, when you're young, you believe things. Stars and stripes and balloons and birds and puppy dogs. Now, I think I can't believe I was that stupid to believe those things.
I believe in puppy dogs
I'm
and
thinking
birds,
you're
and
still
I
stupid.
like balloons and stars and stripes.
I'm not.
What's wrong with that?
What the Jesus H Christ? I'm young. I'm going to jump off the roof. Now, that's a stupid young thought.
We did that as kids.
Or let's smoke some cigarettes. I'm going to steal my dad's cigarettes. That's a stupid young kid thought.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of birds and balloons and butterflies and bullfrogs.
Yeah, that's her attorney talking there.
For fuck's.
That's really nice.
I don't even know where we are in the story because she's already irritating the shit out of me right now.
So, Michigan law...
Sorry, I believe in birds and balloons and butterflies.
All right.
Can't move on.
Get over yourself. So, Michigan law at the time stated that Amy would be tried as an adult. But the judge had to decide if her sentence would be as an adult or as a juvenile. So basically, the judge was, do I try this chick as a juvenile because she's talking about... birds and bees and puppy dogs and yeah. Or do I give her an adult sentence? So if tried as a juvenile, she would have been freed at the age of 21, less than 4 years after her sentencing. So she's, she's still pretty young. Yeah. If she was tried as an adult, the sentence would be life without a chance for parole. Mm-hmm. When I was 16, I was deciding whether I wanted to drink the nasty gin
that we found in our friend's parents' cupboard, or the MD 2020. It wasn't, do I want life without
or
parole?
what song you wanted to listen to.
Jesus,
Not
fuck.
wanting to kill someone.
What was Muskegon County 14th Circuit Judge name? Because I can't
I love the
say
thing.
it.
Okay, so the Muskegon County 14th Circuit Judge, his name was Ronald.
Those goddamn Ronalds.
Yep.
Rons everywhere.
Panucci. Oh, Panucci is an Italian.
He made his decision after an hours-long sentence hearing.
Yep. So he heard testimony from psychologists. God damn it.
I almost just spit my whole drink right out on our nice microphones.
He heard testimony from psychologists, probation officers who had conducted a pre-sentence investigation, social service workers, and others.
A psychologist who had tested, interviewed, and evaluated little Miss Amy said she was this is my words. She's a manipulative bitch with a sociopathic personality.
Not totally.
Yeah. You gotta. She lacked empathy for others and had the mental maturity of an adult. So, also stated that Amy had a poor outlook for rehab, and also said she needed decades of highly structured environment.
That sounds like a whole lot of rehab.
Ouch.
Very expensive.
Dude, I've got
time.
mental problems, and I feel
Not like
like
that. Yeah.
That's going to be pretty damning to her case in court.
So, she does end up in prison. Sorry. Spoiler alert. But
In case you didn't know, she murdered somebody.
Yeah, and this gets reinforced. State
probation agents and Department of Social Services also recommended an adult sentence. Those who were for the juvenile sentence, juvenile sentence, were those who had counseled her while in jail. She said that the sociopath label was inappropriate for such a young person. I don't think so. That's when you discover a sociopathic tendency. You discover it honestly,
at a young age.
The psychology of children amazes me and what they can handle at a certain point. But it's also very apparent that age, the early teens and also the early 20s, seem to be, I have no psychological backup for this, no science to back this up, but it seems like those are critical years.
That's when you discover
something fucked up is gonna happen.
Yes, exactly.
This is just by listening to a lot of things, and
the youths are pretty self-absorbed, which goes away after
they
time.
they don't get the repercussions. Like they just don't. They're not psychologically ready to process that, which is weird. Anyways, where were we?
So the chaplain said that she had seen much remorse
from Amy. Well, of course she's gonna see remorse from Amy.
Yeah.
She's in jail now. What the fuck you think she's gonna say?
Oh, she's gonna lie through her teeth.
Well, yeah.
That's all she has done through her entire life.
And they wanted her to get a juvenile sentence.
Yeah. The judge went for an adult sentence.
Yeah.
He knew
Amy's
what was
going
on.
to prison.
He's seen
motherfucker.
this stuff before.
Yeah, you're not gonna manipulate me, young lady.
In prison, claims to have been raped.
It's extremely possible, but it was ironic that her rape came at the same time as others who were also filing a lawsuit.
Yeah. Yep. So this got
and
her
they
some money.
All made
I was raped too.
Some bucks off it. It actually made her independently wealthy. I don't know what that means, but
only if
I kind of feel like
get released from prison.
It would be nice to be independently wealthy. Sounds like a great thing.
But
she was one of many beneficiaries of that lawsuit.
Yeah.
And during her jail time, she received a lot of tickets.
She was not a what do you call it, Blue Star
she was
inmate?
the gold member.
Yeah, she was a bit of a problem child
she didn't,
in prison. Yeah, apparently she was threatening other people. She was destroying other people's property. She was abusing substances, using heroin. Insolence and sexual misconduct.
Well, you gotta have sexual misconduct in jail. The thing that kills me is that it's literally as easy to get heroin and substances in jail
I wouldn't
as
even know where to get heroin here.
To get it out
Apparently
here.
you can just get it in prison.
People put it up their bungs. All those things she did in jail were because she wasn't adjusting to jail okay.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, she sounds like me crying about this and that.
Yeah.
Contradicting her behavior, she claims to want to get out of jail and prison and get a regular job. This is the great part. To help young people in trouble by giving them somewhere to turn when faced with a horrible thing is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're in jail, you're obtaining tickets, you're doing heroin, but your goal is to help other children.
Help other people get away with the shit that she just did.
Great thing to think about when you're all hopped up on heroin. Like, these are my life goals. It's going to be great. And bubbles and bananas.
So in 2008, she co-founded an organization called Juveniles Against Incarceration for Life. This is ridiculous.
I can't even.
So she's advocating for no life sentences for kids.
Yeah. Well, of course she is, because she wants to get her ass out of jail and she wants to look like she's so good.
Oh, she is so good.
Despite the fact that she's fighting and doing heroin, being insolent in jail.
Yeah.
She's not like, okay, if you're like a model prisoner, by all means. Wait, I'm probably still going to dog you, but
yeah,
at least you've got a better chance in my book to, like...
If you're in prison, there's probably not a good reason for us to listen to you.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
but she co-founded this organization.
She did, and she's good at what she does. She's a manipulator.
I do think there should be another option between the two choices that the judge had, but I also believe she's a manipulator.
Yeah.
I tried to go to that site, but it's no longer available. That's a huge, huge surprise. Big, huge. Now, remember... we covered this whole juvenile case flip around thing. Mm-hmm. Michigan just went through this whole new thing where juveniles get a new day in court. Mm-hmm. Like Federico Cruz.
Yeah, we did a story on him.
He's also still in prison because he cut a motherfucker's head off. Not a motherfucker's, excuse me. He cut a poor young man's head off, and that motherfucker's still in prison. I don't care if you're a juvenile.
Yeah.
You're going to go to prison for life.
That is a messed up story, and that dude lived 12 miles from us.
It's so fucked up.
It's really weird.
2016, Amy comes up for a chance of freedom. She's got a new trial as an adult.
Okay. So, when David was married...
He was married.
So when
I had a friend that used to call... Actually, my friend does call me Murray. Ivy. Murray!
So, when David was murdered, he left behind a widow.
We're not laughing at the widow
and a 7-year-old daughter, Amanda, and a 12-year-old son, David.
Obviously, David's wife is not thrilled about having to go through this whole trial thing again. Mm-hmm. She was tried and convicted once. Now she's an adult, and because of this juvenile thing, she, just like Kiko's family, they all had to be dragged through it again 25 fucking years later.
Over and over, those poor people.
Yeah, prosecutors are shooting for another life without parole sentence, which, they should have.
So where is Amy now?
She's in the Women's Huron Valley Correctional Facility by Ypsilanti.
Yeah.
But if you were to say it like you spell it, it'd be Ypsilanti.
Yeah, right?
Now, her boyfriend, the master manipulator...
supposedly.
His name is Jeffrey Abrahamson. There's just so many. It's such a weird last name. He did confess to stabbing the victim, and so there wasn't a lot to be found on his side because he basically pleaded guilty.
But apparently he claimed that she was the one forcing the hand.
Manipulating
him.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what to think here.
Yeah, there wasn't much. There was very little to be said on his side.
But it does sound like she was the one that
probably
using her little...
Just because of how much news was on her side and how much she's talked, it sounds like she was narcissistic.
Yep.
She wants that attention. He now resides in the Muskegon Correctional Facilities, and I'm sick of these stupid names. It's jail, prison.
Yep.
He should be hung. He
should be hung well.
Hung
from a gallows? You mean like an actual hanging?
I must have been in a very
did you write here?
piratey mood that night. He
Make
should
him walk
be
the
hung
plank.
by the gallows. It doesn't correct anything.
Walk him around the keel and then make him walk the plank.
Correctional facilities. What the fuck good is a correctional facility going to do? Besides spend our tax money.
Goodness.
That reopens at least 7 Muskegon County first-degree murder cases, according to the Muskegon County Prosecutor's Office. Prosecutors required by the 2014 law to compile a list of juvenile lifers from the county and submit it to the Chief Circuit Judge.
Good.
Which was a long... obviously read from the paper sentence saying that we're going to open up some new cases.
Yep, reopen the cold cases.
Yeah, the most recent murder was committed in 2000. The oldest was committed in 1980. The youngest convict is now 31 years old, and the oldest convict is now 53 years old.
They're all still pretty young in my book.
Yeah. Weird. All 7 of them were convicted of first-degree murders committed when they were 17 years of age or younger.
Kids.
And judges at the time were required by state law to sentence all of them to prison for life without parole. Like we learned in Federico Cruz.
Right.
Supreme Court ruling just flipped that around, and all of these people are being reconsidered. A circuit judge can still consider a no parole life sentence if the prosecutor files a motion to seek that, but the judge can also give a term of years sentence if the judge believes that it's more appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you're a 16-year-old and you decapitated someone...
Oh, yeah, you can potentially get away with it for very little time in prison.
But thankfully, our judge was like, I feel like that's not just a teenage thing.
Yeah.
So there you have it, Boo.
Yeah.
These 2 saw a guy who apparently had money in his wallet, took him back to the apartment, decided to kill him and hide him, and
this stuff is really nuts, man.
Fucked up.
16-year-olds doing this stuff.
Like, we did some stupid shit, but murder, not even close. No. We wouldn't even rob anybody.
No.
Like, rob someone? No,
Heck
the most we did was ask someone to buy liquor for us.
Or get someone to buy some fireworks for you. I never could find someone to find an M80 for me. I just wanted an M80.
Oh my God, that's all you want?
No, I just don't even care. I could buy one.
We could go up the road and buy. Let's go buy some tomorrow morning.
We could.
Happy Father's Day weekend, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Damn kids.
We're going to leave you with a new style. Leaving you with some new style
little
music.
R&B and soul.
Yeah, a little wavy with a topping of hip-hop.
Scummy G.
His name is Scummy G.
Yep.
He's performed at the Intersection and other places. You can absolutely find him on Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
Yeah, it's kind of like a haunting love story kind of music.
It's
that kind of a feel.
Yeah, He uses his own beats, but he also gets beats from other people, and then he mixes and engineers his vocals with it himself, which I can barely edit our podcast, so the fact that kids can do that is...
he's got that stuff down.
It's impressive to me.
It's really good stuff.
It's fantastic music. When I want to chill, sit back, smoke a bowl, I listen to some Scummy G. He also has beautiful eyes, ladies. So go check him out on Bandcamp.com. You won't regret it. In fact, buy his music on Bandcamp.
Beautiful eyes. Should I go look again?
He's my son's age. It's not happening.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. I was just shouting that out to
for myself.
Oh, no. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
We got to go. Bandcamp supports tons of local music, DIY stuff. Go to Bandcamp. Buy music. It's usually not even a set rate. You can just donate the money to them, and that's what we do.
Yep.
So this is Scummy G. I would like you to enjoy his music, and here he is.
Ocean. For the backpack and the fat sack, got a backpack for the whack cat, get your dome crack on a black top for the smack talk. I'm a rude boy, like the new boy, get a clue boy, she a decoy for the real boy, can the destroy, I'm a beast boy, shifting the fuck up the game, quality and cup, you a lame, what do you count on my name, She all in my brain, drive me insane, come with the fame, you just the same, watch me switch lanes, watch me get paid, watch me get paid, watch me get paid, watch me. Shut up, what's the commotion? Past the mimosas, we stay floating. Shut up, what's the commotion? Sip out the potion, we stay ghosting. Shut up, what's the commotion? Past the mimosas, we stay floating. Shut up, what's the commotion? Sip out the potion, we stay ghosting. Power up and get the night poppin'. I'm unstoppable, lyrically mopping you. I'm feasibly ripping and killing the game. No, I ain't playing. Open your mouth, what is you saying? We ain't the same, breaking the frame, spitting insane, written for days, snatching your dames. What you gonna do? I'm on top of you, she on top of me. About to make a scene, about to chase his dream, about to chase his dream, Into my world when nothing is sane, when nothing is game, pull up and get slain. I live between planes, somewhere in space, far from the hate. Trace to my race, you're so full of shame, you cover your face. What is this grace? I'll pick up the pace. They chanting my name, they chanting my name. Shut up, what's the commotion? Past the mimosas, we stay floating. Shut up, what's the commotion? Sip out the potion, we stay ghosting. Shut up, what's the commotion? Past the mimosas, we stay floating. Shut up, what's the commotion? Sip out the potion, we stay ghosting. So I'ma tell you one time to shut up and keep it moving, and we gon' be alright, we gon' be alright, and there is nothing you can't do about it. We gon' start a fucking riot, drink until we start to vomit, don't drive and crash my Comet.
We would like to thank you for listening to Michigan Murder and Music.
Yes, thank you very much.
This show is produced by Boot.
Me. Thank you. Edited and written by Your Highness.
That is moi.
Mm-hmm.
All music has been purchased on Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm. Please support Bandcamp, your local music scene, and your local record store. When I say record store, I mean actual record store.
Yeah, we have cool ones around here.
Yeah.
We have Vertigo Music. We have Dodd's Record Store. We have the Corner Record Store.
Yeah, you can go buy your vinyl.
Go
all
buy
the vinyl
some
that you
goddamn
want.
vinyl. iTunes is an important thing. Go rate us on iTunes because that's where it matters. The world is ruled by the iTunes
I don't understand
lizards.
the iTunes thing. But
It's an Illuminati thing.
Apple thing.
Also, go to Bandcamp and buy the music we have suggested so it helps the bands.
Yeah.
It helps us, it helps the bands, it helps everybody.
And like us on Facebook. That matters.
Also, like the bands that we feature. You can follow their gigs and you can go see them live. A lot of the bands tour across the country. So that's our outro, Boo.
I love you guys.
Just give
keep
us
listening.
5 stars or something. Keep listening. We
Thank
all
you for
love
listening.
you. Peace out. Cheers.
Peace out.
With your natty ass light.
Tink.
My God, the neighbor is still mowing his lawn. You want to know why?
Because they waited too long.
No. Why does a guy mow his lawn for that long?
Well, 2 reasons. Either it really needs to be done, or he's trying to get away from his wife.
I'm going for B because it's not only his wife, but his daughter and his great-grandkids.
Yeah.
And his granddaughter's in jail at the time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You didn't say anything, but I
That's
understand
our
why
neighborhood.
he's
That's the
mowing
world we
his
live in.
small lawn for the past hour.